Hello, students. Welcome to EasyElimu, Learning Simplified. I'm your teacher, Mr. Stanley Mbogo. So, dear students, in today's episode of The Samaritan by John Lara, we are going to look at the events in Act 1, Scene 2 of the play. So, before we proceed to that, remember there's a video about, Act 1, Scene 1, that is uh, what happens. What happened, the series of events that we have in Act 1, Scene 1. So these are continuation. So these are some of the things that we are going to look at in the second scene, Act 1 of this Samaritan. So remember the previous scene, that is scene 1, was talking about the failed award. It began. The play began in scene 1 with the deputy Kamona addressing the teachers and students who are gathered for the end of year school closing, where the Samaritan, that is an app, was to be launched, and the two innovators, that is Alvita and Montano, are also to receive some awards. So Act 1, Scene 2 of the Samaritan, dear students, is talking about the rift. Now it is a new year. It is a new year. So in the previous scene, we are talking about end of the year, meaning the year has not yet come to an end. So it is now the following year. So it is the following year. So the scene takes place in the morning. That is second Monday of January. The following year, at the Maracas Municipal Headquarters, in the mayor's boardroom. So it is the mayor, that is Mayor Mose, remember his name. So mayor called an emergency meeting. And remember, they attended the end of year closing ceremony at Sagrada Secondary School, but never launched the app, neither did they award the students. So the room displays affluence, we are told. So there's an urgent meeting convened by the mayor comprising of key leaders in the municipal, that is in the municipal administration. So this meeting is attended by the leaders of Maracas municipality. That is not just leaders, but the key leaders. Key leaders means that these are the head. They are the head of administration, or we can talk about they are the administrators themselves. So we want to get to know why Mayor Mosi calls for this urgent meeting. So, who are some of these? Key leaders? Can we mention some of these key leaders who are in attendance or who are in this meeting? So, we are told that we have the key leaders include that is the municipal chief executive officer, Mr. Harvester, the principal judge, that is Justice Ian Jarden. Then always neatly dressed the way is described. Then we also have the Municipal Inspector General of Police by the name Inspector Pembe. Then we have, so he's described as a pot-bellied man, looking at the outward appearance. Then we have the what? Honorable Ted, who is the secretary in the Department of Health and Environment. So we also have Honorable Seima. So Seima is the secretary, Department of Planning and Development. So he's also described to be wearing dark. That is sorry. Yeah, he is wearing a goatee and usually dressed in smart broken suits and so on. So we also have the deputy mayor, that is Honorable Ramdai. So Ramdai, remember, is an old man. So he is the deputy, he's deputizing Mosi, who is the mayor. So followed by the bodyguard. The last to enter, we are told, is the mayor, Mayor Mosi, followed by his bodyguard. So we are told that in every meeting, Mayor Moses used to, carrying his 3 phones that he puts on the table before commencing the meeting, and also the hat that he wears usually, plus the walking stick. So those are the people who are in attendance of the meeting, the urgent meeting that is called by Mayor Mosi. So this meeting is called after attending the end of year closing ceremony at Sagrada Secondary School, where they failed to launch and reward, or rather give awards to the two innovators, Alvita and Montano, before the app being launched nationally. Remember, they had won, they had become the best in the secondary school nationals competition in technology and innovation corporation. Yeah, so the skit is also, again, we are told that the skit is also available on the app. So it means that this computer software is also um, functioning. Remember, it is an app, so you can easily download it and what, and just sign in using your security credentials, and also be a member. It is something that you don't have to do what, that you don't have to be given physically and all that. That is why we are talking about technology as a theme in the Samaritan, as a major theme that cuts across all the scenes. So, so the next thing, so they are afraid that if their impunities are exposed, then many people, millions of people will access this information, and whatever they are hiding under the carpet will be revealed. So again, in this scene, we are told that Mosi, that is the mayor, finds out whether the members have read the newspapers. So there are, he ordered, for the newspapers. There is a reason. There is a reason. So we are told that Mosi finds out whether the members have read the newspapers. So they negatively swing their heads, confirming that they haven't read the newspapers. So first things first about the leaders of Maracas municipality is that they are ignorant. Number two, they are uninformed. As leaders, you ought to be looking at what is happening around you, the news that is spreading around you. So they are the key leaders, but none of them has, looked at the papers just to see what is happening, or even peruse the headlines. So sorry for the word, Nini, but this is literature. It is not. It is allowed. You can always, use a word and defend yourself by using it. So Nini is just a Swahili word, so nothing much to worry about. So in the newspapers, ordered by the mayor, all of them have suggestive titles. So the first example is the Caribbean Watch. The Caribbean Watch, that is the name of the newspaper. So it writes municipal leadership, a criminal enterprise. Then the inside writes rot in Maracas Municipal Council exposed. And again, the spotlight writes municipal leaders face imprisonment. So it means that people have already started, people have started using the Samaritan app, and information has now started spreading like a bushfire. All the poor leadership, the negligence of duty, and everything, corruption, things to do with extortion, etc., are now exposed, and they are also, so this information that is gathered that is gathered from the app is also in the papers. unbeknown to these key leaders that are now in a meeting. So the mayor is worried about his exposure. And to him, he is aware that the source of all this information is organized by Nicole. So he thinks that everything, it is Nicole to blame for coming up with the innovation. Remember when Nicole argues that that is some work behind Alvita and Montano. I mean that it is Alvita and Montano who are the creatives behind that awesome application. They dismiss that argument, and they say that those are children who cannot come up with that. So they think that it is Nicole's idea, and Nicole is now just using the two students to do what for cover and all that. So surprisingly, dear students, Ted claims that such headlines are common. According to him, rot is a common thing in Maracas municipality. Again, that also talks about what happens in the society that we live in today. People are now becoming used to the rot in the society, so they end up making leaders satisfy their stomachs freely, because after all, the people are voiceless. So still, again, dear students, in this team, remember that we have got that is His Lordship Justice Ian Jarden. So he feels that to stop such writings in the newspapers, the reporters and the editors should be given boxes of chocolate. So boxes of chocolate, dear students, is do not look at the literal meaning, or do not look at the literal understanding of boxes of chocolate. It is not simply a box and a chocolate. So it refers to, we can, using a polite expression, you can say, we can, give something to them, or rather bribery, let me just say it. So the judge displays corruption, meaning he is unjust. So he is also a key leader in the municipality, but he fails to offer justice to victims of, or rather, I can say to those those whose rights have been infringed or violated. So again, we are told that Ted, remember, Ted, one more time, Ted is the secretary. So he's the secretary for the Department of Health and Environment. So he seems to be more aware of this situation. He's so relaxed and even surprised, and not surprised about the Samaritan. So according to him, such online allegations cannot form a strong basis for prosecution and conviction. And he further argues that according to the new papers. Now this is Mosi. He points out that Ted and Seymour are the culprits who supplied air, whereby details of payments to the company have been unearthed. So what we mean by supplying air is that there were some funds that were allocated, or some funds that were given so that a particular task could be performed, but then the funds or the money ended up in their pockets and services not rendered to the people. So after all, the money has been spent, but there are no services. So I think that is what is described as supplying air. That is supplying air and making payments to companies, and the companies have also been revealed. So Alistair goes further, stating the allegations unearthed by the newspapers, that is drug trafficking, we have grabbing of public land, inflation of the cost of municipal living, undertaking shoddy public works, murder, and warfare. So Bembe, remember, Bembe is the municipal inspector general of police. So he is accused of illegally owning Madingo Golf Club, in which later on it is revealed that these the land where he has built even his house is a public land belonging to Maracas University. So these are some of the things that happen even in the society that we live in today. And I will insist on the society that we live in today. So you can see some of the issues addressed there. There are things that are happening. So dear students, in the meeting, members are thinking on how they can come up with a way of frustrating and intimidating the developers of the app. That is to ensure that they this app or maybe this whole idea comes to an end. So some people, we are told that in this discussion, people like Avesta and Ian Jaden are liberal minded. Remember, in the dialogue, I think they're the only two people who are kind of having some, who are learned of or kind of uh, literate exactly. That is basing on how they argue, basing on their arguments. So Zenden states that he does not wish to be part of the criminal proposals. He say he is not ready to help clean the mess. Seima proposes that they approach the boy and the girl to the matter. But again, remember, those are just children. They cannot approach them. They have to maybe talk to them through Nicole, that is the teacher of ethics and innovation. So that is as the scene continues, we are also told that Harvester believes that it's only the truth that can set everyone free. So he feels that such can be done through the conduct of truth and reconciliation exercise, which all of them cannot, accept to be part of or to take part in. So at the end of scene 2, that is in Act 1, a rift occurs between Mosi, Ted, and Seima. So Seima and Ted feel that Mosi is not willing to help them out of the trouble. So they are planning to mobilize the members of the council chambers against Mosi, who threatens them that he is the smoke that thunders. Remember, it's called Mosi or Tunya, the smoke that thunders. So the two differ. The two differ in ideas, and they separate, hence the rift. So thank you, students, for keeping it easy, Elimu, and please stay tuned for more to come in scene 2 of Act 1. Bye.